Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you are just viewing my content, please ensure that you hit that subscription bell, like, share and comment. This morning guys, I had the great opportunity to speak to a fourth grade class, my first ever motivational session, and thanks to a dear friend of mine, Zavia. She reached out to me, and the rest is history. I woke up, I think about the message, I think about after 12 the morning, and that's all where she said I might needed to speak to my class. And I'm like, Lord of mercy, me and he didn't agree. So I text her and I'm like, Zavia, why you want to give me panic attack in the morning here? What age group is it? And she was like, it's fourth grade. And I'm like, okay then, I can manage that. So I did my little research and I put the thing together, and yeah, it was on Zoom, so it wasn't in the classroom because it's COVID restriction and all. But it was all good. The kids were interactive, and we had a great little couple minutes, and I feel so good. I feel so happy, guys, to think that a couple months ago I wasn't anywhere near this space of mine, and I'm here, and I'm just like, God, look at you in my life. And so I'm just going to put a little clip in this video. I'm not going to stretch it out too long because I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to add a little clip to it so you guys can just see. It just goes to show that anything is possible. 2 months ago I was in a bad space, to be honest, mentally and everything. It was just like my life was just stagnant. It's like it wasn't going anywhere, and I was just speaking to myself, speaking life into myself, encouraging myself, there sitting. I was getting ready to go on the road because I was going to Lamar. I was just there speaking to myself, getting ready to go on the road, and I look outside and I saw the grass, and it just came to my mind, that once you have life, as long as you're not dead, and I just saw me and speak to myself, because sometimes you can encourage yourself. I want mine just to record it and put it on your WhatsApp status, because somebody out there might need a word, and I record it again over and I put it on my WhatsApp status. And because I receive that amount of love about it, and persons was like, yeah man, thanks for the word and stuff, I felt encouraged. One man just to put it on your channel, on your YouTube, just post it out there so persons can be encouraged. And I just post that video, and I received that love, and everybody was just, and I'm like, God, I mean this really? And I'm like, never in my years of living I thought that I would be this kind of person, putting myself out there so others can see. Because as I mentioned, I'm afraid of eyes, and to know that God have taken me from a place of, because I was trust me, 2 months ago it wasn't nice mentally for me. And because everything was just stagnant in my life, it was like nothing was moving. And little did I know that God was putting me through that, to get to this. And I was just there, and I post, and I received the love, once I post it on YouTube, I received the love, and it just keeps pushing me, to the more. And then my friend, she saw that light in me. She saw something in me worthy enough to give me that opportunity to speak to her class. She saw that I was good enough, I was capable enough. She saw that in me. She saw that person in me. She saw that motivator. And Zavia, I just want to thank you for the bottom of my heart for that opportunity. For you to just look at me and know that I am able to do that, to motivate a classroom. Not a lot of persons have that trust in persons, and you have done that for me, and I'm grateful. And I just want to say thank you. That's my first opportunity. You know, guys, look for me being probably the next year me I talk to what do you call it? You will graduates, because you have to speak it into being, and I'm speaking it into being that I will at some point reach that. This opportunity, trust me, it has done a lot for me mentally, because it's fuel to push me, you know, and it pushes my mind to even go harder, because as I said, you know, probably looking more down the next year me I talk to graduates, high school graduates, or university graduates, because that's where I'm looking at right now. And I have to speak it into being. I'm speaking it into my life that I will reach further in this. And you know, just to think that 2 months ago I was nowhere near here, and fast forward to 2 months later I am speaking to a classroom. It is trust me, I'm lost for words, and I'm happy. And it just goes to show that anything is possible. Anything is possible once you believe in yourself that you can. It is possible. You know, some of us, we might not bloom the same time as others, because some of us blooming season is different from others. And not because you see other persons blooming, you know, and your life looks stagnant, like it's not going away. Sometimes God is building your character and your mind for bigger things. Remember, not all of us are going to bloom at the same time. Not all trees bloom the same time. Everybody has their own season. Just goes to show, guys, that in order for us to get certain opportunity, you know, certain blessing, we need to create the space for it. You know, mentally, a couple months ago I wasn't prepared for this, and I start to speak to myself, you know, counsel myself, encourage myself, and create that space in my mind mentally for all this. You know, some of us, we want love, but we're not creating the space for love. Instead, we fill that space with hate. You know, some of us, we want peace, but we are creating the space for peace. Instead, in our hearts, we're creating the space for bitterness. You know, we want a lot of things, but we're not creating the space for it. You know, and in order for you to get something, you need to create the space, both mentally and physically. Because when you create the space, that's when God sees that, okay, that you're ready for this. So until next time, guys, ensure you take care of yourself, you know, create that space and welcome that new opportunity. You know, love yourself, be good to yourself, open your hearts and minds to new blessing, but first ensure you create that space. All right, until next time, take care of yourself and love yourself. Be good.